So earlier in the day, and this was one of my first major campaign at Ogilvy. It was for Cadbury Dairy Milk. So Cadbury Dairy Milk is about shared joy, the pleasure of eating, and glass and a half of milk is internationally there. And one big joy was about passing an exam. So that was the first big campaign that I did at Ogilvy. Pappu Pass Ho Gaya. So दिल को जब खुशी हो छू जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए, was refrain somewhere there in the communication. But the big joy was passing an exam. And to make it quirky, they showed the journey of a guy who took some 12, 15 years to pass his 12th ka exam. And that's where the whole communication was. But the way we worked those days, there was a whole amount of time spent researching, double checking, coming up with something. And then when it is before it is going out, we would do what we used to call the complete 360 around it. So if your campaign line is Pappu Pass Ho Gaya, you'll do your print around it. You'll do your outdoor around it. And all these collaterals, all these elements get built. Then Ogilvy being Ogilvy, you'll push it and you'll see that what else can we do. So there were interesting radio spots of Pappu's sister, Pappu's teacher, how they were very surprised and all. So that all happened. And pushing it further, they took it in real life, even at that time. I'm talking about 2004, 2005. They did a tie-up of actual marks ka SMS. So at that time, we didn't have internet so busy that you can go and check out the results. You could send an SMS and get a revert back. So that service had just started that year. So tied up with that the person who passed, usko bola jayega, Pappu Pass Ho Gaya. Then Amitabh Bachchan used to host KBC. Uske program mein, when you cross one level, Pappu Pass. So, right. So that's the journey of how campaigns got done when I joined advertising. Contrast that with how things happen right now. So right now, there you may come across something and something may look innocuous, right? It would be like we were talking about using influencers, using trends. You may find some influencer doing something which you don't understand then, but later on, maybe the pieces will join up. So recent example, I came across Twinkle Khanna, doing something, and it's talked about कि तुमको पता है, नहीं पता है. So that kind of thing. So I was wondering, what is that happening? Then you saw some other communication. And then finally it revealed that Alia Bhatt has done a commercial for Netflix in which it's talking about the price drop. So that's the kind of campaign that Netflix is doing, and in which there were small little influencer bits that happened before. Then there was one commercial that was there, and then there were follow-up tactical ads. That's the campaign that I saw. And there was a lot of interaction and influencers and their followers joining into the campaign. So the whole mode of campaign has changed from long-term planning, a pocket of influence, to sprinkle that's happened. There's a communication that happens. There are influencers ka followers that catch up the campaign, and how the campaign builds up now. So I see a big difference in how the campaigns were planned earlier to how campaigns get planned here and now, and also the focus media. That what we were talking about Durex also, that now TVC just is one of the mediums, right? It's not the main medium, and at times the closing line also changes by different media. So that is also happening as long as you are in the same zone. Earlier, when we had Pappu Pass Ho Gaya, that was the same line that went everywhere, and it was so popular it became a catchphrase. Midday started reporting, that if something good has happened, Pappu Pass Ho Gaya. So those kind of things that happened at that time, that was a very different way of campaign development.
Mm.
And today, what is happening is a very, new, different, more real time, with A/B testing, as we were talking about.
Mm.
Which one works better, that gets promoted in which audience. So there's a lot of media creative interaction that keeps on happening. So yeah, so that's how I see that campaign wise also there's a difference.